CMV, companies should be legally required to make it easy to cancel membership. Planet Fitness is the absolute worst. You have to be there in person at the location you signed up for even if you moved to a different country and emailed your way up the corporate ladder. Tell your bank to block their shit and call it out for a fraudulent payment. I had a gym membership where I had to write a physical letter and mail it to their head office in another state to cancel. Now I ask as I sign up for a service, what I have to do to cancel. If it's too bad, I leave. If they can take your money in 30 seconds, they should be able to stop taking it in just as much time. I agree. I will add this one thing. I get around this bullshit by emailing customer service and asking to cancel via email due to a disability that makes making phone calls hard. It's only a mild truth stretch, as my ADHD anxiety does inhibit my ability to talk on the phone. Sometimes I feel guilty operating in a gray space, but then I am like, nah, flop them, they redoing this on purpose. Like in Europe? My BF had this problem with at&t. He called to cancel his cell phone plan. They said they couldn't pull up his account. They couldn't find his account. His number wasn't listed in their system. His phone number. The phone number that they gave him. To the phone he purchased from them. Couldn't find it, so couldn't cancel the plan. But you bet they could still charge him. Ridiculous. There should be a law that canceling a membership subscription should be at least as easy, take the same time via the same means, as signing up did. An email stating you're canceling your membership as well as revoking all charge authorizations will suffice. Then if they charge you, you can tell the credit card company you revoked authorization on X date. Subscription-based companies' mode of operation. Number 1. Never remind the subscriber they are subscribers. I also feel like there should be consequences when you cancel and they fail to actually cancel it. I had this experience trying to cancel my Comcast internet service. Every option you could think of was online except canceling. You have to call them, only for a salesperson to ask you borderline inappropriate questions about why you're canceling. The agent even asked me if I had any financial difficulties that caused me to cancel my service. Very nosy. It was awful. A lot of companies would rather try offering you a deal before letting you cancel. Doing so through the phone, in person, is more guaranteed to be catered to you personally and thus succeed than a random internet prompt. If they're not doing this, then I agree with you. Making it needlessly complicated is just shitty service. Removed. Yes, I've had so many overdraft fees from trying to cancel subscriptions that would put me in the red, only for it to be super difficult and overdraft me anyways. There's no reason to ever have to cancel a subscription. There is an app called Privacy, and I'm sure many others that do the same thing, that allow you to create a credit card that you can use for a subscription. You can limit the total amount or number of purchases. So no need to cancel, just stop paying them. Would you support the cancellation method having to match the sign-up method? If it's good enough to get you in a contract, it should be good enough to get you out. It should be as simple to cancel as to accept, subscribe. That is all. Yes. I second this motion. I still have a healthy wage challenge that won't allow me to cancel no matter what I say, do, or think. Yes, it's so predatory. So I have had an Ancestry account for a couple years because the monthly fee is $25 and when I go to cancel membership, it says to cancel is like $40 if I remember correctly. So you must pay $40 to cancel, or your regular $25 monthly to keep. Touche Ancestry. Adobe stole a lot of money from me this exact way. Their plans are expensive, and they made it freaking impossible to cancel. I remember talking to an employee in chat support, and for more than an hour they were refusing to cancel and trying to get me to pay more. Had to do this many times and was paying for this crap for a long time. How about change your credit card that they bill to? Just an idea. But yay, they make it hard. The terms of any contract are set forth when you sign the contract. Why can't you read your own contracts? Calling is easy. Well, unless you're Gen Z, in which case it's somewhat worse than being fondled. Calling is pretty easy. Delete it. Counterpoint. Making a phone call isn't hard. I get it, I'm also a phone call averse millennial. But it's wild to me to think that the government would step in to say to private companies, you must allow them to cancel without facing the horrifying burden of making a phone call. Can't you just report your credit card as lost, stolen, and request a new one with a new number? It takes like 30 seconds and the payment won't go through on the old one. The local newspaper does this too. Well, the local paper owned by a huge conglomerate, I mean.